Hello everyone. Just wanted to do a quick jQuery tutorial um, just to show you at least one thing that jQuery can do, and it's a really nice thing. I mean, there's a lot of things that it can do, and it's a very nice library of JavaScript to really add to your user interface and user experience design. I use it. I really like using it. I think there's a lot of good things to it that really help you out, and yeah, it's really great. So we're going to jump into it. jQuery.com is where you go to download and get the links, and there's also some API information. So that's where you go for that. All right. Um, we're going to be I'm going to build this in Dreamweaver because I particularly like to use it. Um, and as you can see, I have just a basic HTML startup file here. If you use Dreamweaver, especially newer ones like on CS6, it'll give you this: the doc type, the HTML tags, opening and closing tags, your title tag and whatnot. It'll even give you the UTF-8, the character set, body, blah, 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 whatever. So I have an index.html file in my test underscore JQ underscore tutorial folder. As you can see, it's right there. So when you call a file, your main page that you want your user to open up, or I'm sorry, to open up by default, this is what you name it: index.html. The server, wherever you upload it from, that's just sort of the rules. It will go to this first. If you have a file, say contact.html, it will not go to that first unless the user types in www.123.com/contact.html. They don't know to do that because a lot of times you just say, hey, check out my website, it's 123.com, and that's what they type in. So you want index.html to be your main file. Don't name it main.html or whatever.html because the server will not automatically find it. All right, so let's jump into this. So I just wrote in for the title. That's the title that appears at the top of the tab. What we need to do first is import the jQuery library, and we do that because this is JavaScript, technically. We open up a script tag, and then we need to define our source. Source equals, and then double quotes, and then this is the actual library that's held on JavaScript's. I'm sorry, on jQuery server. If we were to put that in as the URL, you would get this. This is jQuery. All this. I mean, there's more to it, but this is what you need for this. Okay, so we just add that in there like that. No big deal. Now we're going to actually do the functionality. Okay. You know what? Let's just let's actually do the actual design element of it first. So we're going to create a div tag, open, and then before we close off the opening div tag, we're just going to throw our style in here. Now you're not supposed to do this. This is frowned upon, but I'm just going to do it just to make it easy. Background. We're going to, I don't know, we'll just give it a color. It doesn't matter the color. Red, so we can see it. Height is, we'll say, I don't know, 100 pixels. Width, same thing, I guess, 100, just to make it an even square. It doesn't matter. It could be whatever. In fact, we can also do where you start out with a box or a square that's 100 by 100, and then when you animate it, it changes to a rectangle or even possibly a circle. But I think we'll save that for another video. Maybe I might do a jQuery Animate Part 2. Anyway, so all right, let's. So we're gonna say we're gonna put the position at absolute. Okay, that's good. I think that's all we need for right now. So now we're gonna close off the div. You could write something in here. Moving div, whatever. You can put that in. Doesn't matter. H4 tag. Oops. Moving div. Okay, so this is going to be the element that actually moves here. Actually, I guess to show you what that looks like, let's upload that. I also have another video on how to FTP connect to your server through Dreamweaver, which is really nice. If you want to check that out, I'll link the description below. So let's go to /test JQ tutorial, and it's not there. Okay, it should be, unless I spelled it wrong. Huh. Oh, forgot to save. That could be the problem. Gotta save. A lot of elements here, and it's still not there. Awesome. Oh, because I have my URL not correct. So there we are. There's finally. Sorry about that. Bugs everywhere here. So here, here's our whatever. I mean, you could even do text align center. It doesn't matter. Save again. Upload through our FTP connection, and again, I'll link that below in the description, and it just moves it in the center, so it looks a little nicer. Okay, so now we need to do the meat and potatoes of the aspect, which is to actually create the animation. So we're going to open up a JavaScript tag. Oops. Close it off. So we're going to create our we're going to name our selector, which is the document that we're in. Okay, whoops. Type it on the thing here. So document dot ready, and then the function so that it works. And the function always has two parentheses, or opening and closing parentheses, to hold your parameters if there were any parameters, but in this case there isn't. Now, for this particular demonstration, I'm going to do a button just so I can show it to you. If you don't include the button or some other type of controller or then the animation will just happen as soon as the page loads. And then if you want to see it again, the page would have to reload or something like that, or close and reload, whatever. So another $, and then we're going to put in our selector, and then when they click on the button function, when they click on the button, our function is going to happen, which is our animation part. So div, because we're tying our button function or our button click function animate to this entire div. Now here is where you would change whatever it was. If it was a heading or an image per se, that you would just type in img for your image source, but we're doing div, of course, for the entire. So the entire div is going to move, and here dot animate is our jQuery. Uh, 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 our jQuery effect, okay? All right, and then open curly braces for the parameters, or I'm sorry, open and closing parentheses, and then here's what we're going to say: left colon. We'll say, I don't know, in single quotes, 250 pixels. Okay, and then we need semicolon. Oops. Need semicolon, semicolon. There. Okay. So this is telling it it's going to animate and it's going to go to this position on the screen. So let's test that. I think we should be all good. Yep, should be all good. Refresh, and we are not. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Save all. Oh, and I forgot to upload through our FTP through Dreamweaver, which I'll link the description on how to set up your FTP connection through Dreamweaver. Let's see, and it's not working. Did I save? Save all. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. See? There you go. This needs to be in parentheses. Here we go. Okay, upload. And it's still not going. Oh, that's why. Because we don't have our jQuery. Wait, a lot of bugs in this one. Well, actually, just misspelling. See how in Dreamweaver also it adds that library? Now you can't really alter that, but it just adds that in there sort of automatically for you. Okay, so let's try this a third and final time, and nothing. Save all. Because initially, like I said, this needs to be Okay, so we need to add in a button. Okay, just like that. Whatever. Start. Doesn't matter. Call whatever you want. Save all. Upload to the FTP in Dreamweaver. Alright, so here's our start button. Here's our div. Let's try it out. And there we go. And then, of course, to do it again, so whatever. It could be, but here's the thing. If you were to, if you were to just get rid of this button, okay, save all, upload, right? Right, well, the button's still there, whatever, you get the point. Upload. So every time the page refreshed, it would automatically do it. You understand? So like if you wanted your logo to slide in like that, slide into place, that's what you could do. And I mean, there's a million other things we could do to change, so I think we'll leave the button in there. But like I said, inside the animate function, or I'm sorry, yes, inside the animate function, or I guess that's an object. Anyway, we can do, 100 other things. It's separated by a comma. Go down to the next line. What is it? Good. So go down to the next line. Just, sorry, clean this up a little bit. Should be indented like that. So we're already telling it what position to go. So say we change the opacity. I don't know. And you have to put the actual text in single quotes. 0.5 and then a comma. Let's see. We can change the height. Okay, colon to say 150 pixels. Oops, sorry, no semicolon on that. It's only CSS. And we'll change the width, colon, to also 150 pixels. Okay. And, there's a bunch of things you can play around with here. Let's try that out. Upload through FTP. Try it again. And there you go. See how it got lighter? Boom. Okay. I guess you could also do, no, never mind. Okay, so, that was just a few things. Like I said, if you eliminate this button, right, save all, upload, it just automatically does it on the thing. Let's see. It just automatically does it on the page upload. I mean, there's other things you can do. You can change the transition speed of how fast it goes, but I mean, you get the basic idea. I mean, on the jQuery site, you can go for the Animate feature, and it'll give you everything there. All right. Listen, I appreciate it. It was kind of a quick video. I wanted it to be quick, just a quick jQuery tutorial. And if you thought it was helpful, click like or subscribe, and I certainly appreciate it. And I'll have another video out for you in a week or two. Thank you so much.